Hi, Dragofab here. Today we will look at tooltips and how to customize them. So we have standard tooltips, which, for example, here doesn't even give us any new information additional, and on a tables or matrices, they're usually switched off. And it's like plain tooltip, so you can update the tooltip on each visual individually. Go to properties, tooltips, you can update text, background, transparency, and everything else. But what I like to do more is updating it in the current theme. So you can customize current theme, so all your tooltips are looking the same. So you can change the label color, you can change the text color, you can change the background, and you can do other customizations here. And now we can have like the same looking tooltip. The colors are of whack, but it's just so it's easier to see what's going on, and the tooltip will be the same on each one. Then, so it's easier than updating it on the visual by visual basis. However, it's quite often interesting to use tooltip as the means to minimize the number of visuals on the page. If some of your asks are not for everyone but for some people, then you might consider adding the data in the tooltip. So here we can see not only revenue but also number of customers and revenue per customer, and we don't get the cards here. We give it in tooltips, so it doesn't give us way more visuals. And here, for example, we already see the revenue, the numbers are here. It doesn't really provide any additional information, but we can add something else. For example, here I've added state and city. So when we hover over restaurant name on all the visuals, we can see state and city. If you want to switch on some of the visual, you go again, you just switch off the tooltip, and the tooltip is not showing. And here it's still showing, and here you wouldn't see it. It depends on what you need. So how did I create these interesting tooltips? So if we go back to default tooltip, we need to create pages. Tooltips are pages. And there is a tooltip type of page, but I usually start with this, but then customize the size of the page because I don't like how big it is. So if we go back here, we need to figure out first on where to put it. So here we want to show it when we hover over restaurant name. So it's a table restaurant name. So here we can see there is an option show tooltip on. We need to put the name restaurant name here, and now we will see tooltip here, updated tooltip, but it's huge. I don't need this huge tooltip, and it's by the data it's understandable that it's state and city. That's why I would prefer to make this table small and remove the column headers. So you can't really remove them, but you can remove the text so you don't see it. And I like to also make it like without a style. Oh, okay, headers pop up again. Okay, so we remove the style and we remove the grid lines. And now we have this small table, but the area on which is shown is still huge. So we need to update the size of the page. So now it's tooltip, but you can have a custom, so you can choose whatever you want. So here it's probably like 100, even less, maybe 80. You can play with the size of it and see. 100 is too small. Okay, 200. Yeah, it's pretty much about it. So you can update it and see which one you like. You can make it even smaller if you want. But another interesting thing that you need to remember is update the names so you don't forget what it is. Tip. And as well, you need to hide it so it wouldn't show when you publish the report. So this is one of the ways. We just add the table and look at it and remove the border as well. Yeah, this one I like to do. So it feels like it's a card, but I can show you it as a card and you will see why I don't do it usually, because the cards take a lot of space. So next one will be card visual, but in that case I prefer cards, so it depends on what you want from the visual. In other case I like the card version better, but it all depends on what you want to show and how much space you want to consume, because card visuals, card tooltips takes way more space. So this one is revenue by customer. And this one, we will do it here. So we want to see not only revenue, but also the number of customers. So we have several measures, sum of revenue that we use here. Then we have, we're not using, implicit measure. We need to change it to sum of revenue. Yeah. So sum of revenue, we have number of customers and we have revenue per customer on each day. And we want to show it all in our table. Tooltip. So here we need to update where we're showing. We show it by date. Not call, but I want to, page information, tooltip. We need to show it by date. Now we can add our cards. So I prefer this new card that gives you the option to have a lot of different cards at the same time. So we need to add date, revenue, number of customers, and revenue by customer. And date needs to be first. Okay. So you can see that we can't really see anything. So here we will need to create a bit bigger canvas for us to see what's going on, and then get it smaller. But we wouldn't be able to get it as small as the previous tooltips that we created. So here my layout was single column. We need to make it more visible. So max card shown 4. I need to show all of them. Then we go to values, and I prefer to just not show label for the date, because it's like it's a date, you understand that it's a date. And here we can use like 10, and we can change the color so it's popping up a bit more, make it bold. Also we can change the label size as well, so it takes less space. And I prefer in tooltips to have a really small padding, so not 5 pixels but about 1 pixel. And now we can make it as small as it can and still read it. And also I forgot, we need to get the backgrounds, card backgrounds on, otherwise it's hard to see, to really distinguish between cards. And we have cards background, it's easier to see what's going on. And in values or labels, it's in labels. Yes, I don't like it, especially in tooltips. I prefer it to be really small, like 1. So we have we can get it smaller. Yeah, now we can get it even smaller. And now we need to update the size of our tooltip page, even less. We can, oh, it's too small. Okay. And yeah, so it's, yep, this is good. Oh, not 250, 150, 180, 160 is too small. Too small. Yeah, something like this. So you can tweak it a bit more. And now for the our line visual, we have this pretty tooltip that we created. Yeah, so this is the way to minimize the number of cards and other visual that you have on your page if you want it. Yeah. There's a lot of different other types of visualizations that you can use any of them from here to show on a tooltip, and it's a great way to minimize the number of visuals. Thank you. See you next time.